It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
So this is probably gonna be the craziest story time that I done. Okay, yo. Okay, so this is probably gonna be the craziest story time that I done ever told y'all. Like, I kid y'all not, and I did not want to be one of them girls. But when I tell y'all, it is so crazy. I find it so crazy and so interesting how you can be with somebody and they literally can be living a double life. And I'm just like, how did you find the time? So even with the timestamps, receipts, just whatever, like, because I'm still discombobulated for real. So maybe y'all can help me understand these timestamps, like where did you, how did you, when did you, like because of what? As you can see from my facial expression, I'm not heartbroken by a long shot. Am I surprised? Yes. Am I in disbelief? Of course. But one thing about it, women were blessed with this thing called intuition. And when I tell y'all, I already had a gut feeling that something was going on. But did that feeling get downplayed by this person? Of course. Of course. So this will probably be the craziest story time I done ever told on my social media accounts, period. Because like I said, it caught me off guard. Like, my life is really like a movie. Like, somebody should be following me around with a camera because it's always something. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, okay, so before I get into this story time, let me just tell y'all a little background story of how I met this monster, okay? Okay, so me and my homegirl decided to go to this bar. We can call her friend one because her name is going to be brought up quite a few times in this story. So me and friend one decided to go to this bar in the year of 2021. And I ended up seeing this guy. He was, you know, like somewhat cute. And so we exchanged numbers. We began talking. We were talking for a few months until I found out that he was a habitual liar. And the town that we were, you know, from, you know, like it's so small. And I was hearing so much about this person. And I was just like, you know, I'm finna pretty much fall back. And so when I fell back, that's exactly what I did. Like, and I did not talk to him for another 2 years. Okay, so within the span of those 2 years, he was in a relationship with a girl. We can call her girl one. And I was in a relationship with the guy, and we can call him guy one. So y'all follow along because it gets real confusing. This is just a little something to add. Once I'm off you, I'm off you. Like, it's very hard to get access to me when I don't want anything to do with you. But in this case, I ended up losing my sister due to her unaliving herself. So this person that I'm referring to as Monster, he decided to send his condolences, and one thing led to another, and that is how he was able to come back into my life after 2.5 years. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, knowing the circumstances, I did allow this monster back into my life when my sister passed, you know, thinking that he was gonna be there for me and stuff like that. So was that a good idea? Hell no. But at the time, did I feel like it was a good idea? Yes, of course. Friend one was really in a different headspace as me. Like, my head was super foggy. You know, if you ever experienced death, then you know. And like, the whole time, friend one was telling me like something don't feel right. This man came back too quick. He's doing this, he's buying you that, he's taking you there, he's taking you here. Like off the dribble, friend one was just not going for it. But in my way of thinking, I honestly felt like this was somebody who genuinely wanted to be there for me. But little did I know, I was wrong as fuck. But I want y'all to keep up, mind y'all, this is 2.5 years later after dealing with him in 2021. Assuming everything happened for a reason, I ended up getting pregnant. Within a 2-month span. And before y'all say, oh girl, you just went and jumped into bed with him, to the clinic he went. And from the second that he found out that his child was literally growing inside of me, that's when everything changed. Like, I didn't even know whether I was going or coming. Like, everything changed.
As I said before, in this situation, I just genuinely thought this was a person that really wanted to be there for me. Not even on relationship timing, but just allowing this person to be there for me. Especially with them working on the road, you know, this person was able to, you know, send stuff to the house and flowers. But like I said, in this next clip, you're going to see, like, once I became pregnant with this person's child, that's when everything started changing. And in this moment is where I had the gut feeling that something is going on, because I don't even believe that it was an argument or a disagreement. As you can see, that he's just nonchalantly throwing things around. Like, I don't even think it was an argument, but he had to do something to leave to go be with the other person. And I knew nothing. I was just going through my high-risk pregnancy. As you can see, my blood pressure was 104/99. Like, it was just that period. As I said before, this person was living a double life. It wasn't until recently I found out. Even in this moment of bringing our daughter home, I knew nothing.
And before anybody else say it, you had to know something. You had to have a gut feeling or something. You're absolutely right. I did have that gut feeling, that woman intuition feeling. But like I said, it was downplayed by this monster. And I'm not even going to get into the infidelity while I was pregnant with different women. But I will insert a few pictures, but like I said, I'm not getting into it. You know, you can pause the video and read it for yourself. But just mind y'all, keep in mind, I'm pregnant at the house and this monster would just, yeah. But just so we're on the same page, you have me, you have the monster, you have friend one, you have girl one, and you have guy one. Just so we're on the same page, because like I said, it do get confusing. So I pretty much told y'all how I met this monster, how I ended up getting pregnant. After I got pregnant, what happened and how things changed. Now I'm finna get into the actual me finding out that this man was living a double life. If you want to know if your partner is living in a double life, the first time that I would say, if they will leave and don't come back for a couple of days. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I would assume that it would be kind of hard to, you know, be in two places at once. So once that person start leaving for a couple of days and coming back, or starting an argument just to leave, that's a red flag. And another thing, this person became very, very abusive, and that is another red flag. It was always, oh, that girl done out there done made you mad in the street, so now you finna come here and try to take your anger out on me. Every time. While being pregnant. And after. But here's where things get a little crazy. During my pregnancy, this monster had some kind of infatuation or some type of whatever with girl one. But of course, I had no idea. Ladies, listen, let me let y'all in on a little tip. If a guy ever try to put you against another woman just to make you hate this other woman, or just to keep you away from this other woman, just so y'all can block each other and have no contact, 9 times out of 10, he's messing with that other woman. So I don't know if y'all remember in my prior clip of the boxes that were sitting on my porch. Like I said, this monster, he did work on the road, but he did promise me, like, you know, after we have our child, you know, I'm not gonna get back on the road. But suddenly, when our child was 4 weeks old, he decided that he wanted to get back on the road randomly. And when I say randomly, he did not tell me until maybe 2 weeks before he was about to leave. He said he wanted to surprise me. And maybe he thought that that was an accomplishment for him. But for me, I was looking at it as like, I already have a child. And you're talking about leaving me here with a newborn to do everything for. So it's kind of hard for me to be happy for you, but to each his own. He telling me he want to get on the road, and I'm so confused. I'm trying to convince him, like, can't you just get a regular job? Like, I already knew it was not making sense, because why would you want to get on the road? And at the time, like, you can sign a 3-month contract or whatever contract. I know he did a 3-month contract, and like, what? You don't, wait, what? So this is his page right here. And as you can see, he does the little traveling job, and everything that I say corresponds with videos, pictures, text messages. Like, I have no reason to lie. Any picture that you see of my daughter on this page is from me or from my page. And if it's a picture that he took, it's a picture of her being super young. But me being the person that I am, that I was, you know, I'm still trying to support your decision. Do whatever you got to do, because like I said, at this time, I still knew nothing. So I'm supporting him. I'm calling him, you know, on the road. You know, we're talking, you know, but I noticed, like, we became a little distant. Like, prior to being on the road, we'll stay on FaceTime all the time. We'll call all the time. We will be on the phone from sun up to sundown. But this particular time when he left, we barely talked. And I thought it was so weird, because, like, we were literally go, like, days without talking. But mind y'all, like, we didn't leave. He didn't leave when we were on bad terms. But this is where it gets crazy. Mind you, this monster is miles and miles and miles away from me. 2 weeks after he left, he ended up going live, and a mutual friend had screen recorded the live video and sent it to me. In the live video, he was just basically drinking and listening to music with, you know, other co-workers, saying how single he was and how it feels good to be out, you know, gyrating all over the place, just going crazy. And it kind of caught me off guard because, like, when did this happen? So like I said, he left when our child was 4 weeks old. She's finna be 4 months this month. Not trying to out nobody, not trying to expose nobody besides the monster, but not trying to bring innocent people in the mix. But there was this in particular person that had came about in the midst of a conversation with a mutual friend, and Monster's name ended up coming up. So more of the story, because I really don't want this video to be long. This particular person said that her and Monster had been in a relationship, or had been talking, had been communicating for months. If my child is 4 months, about to be 4 months, not even 4 months, when, how, where did all this happen? When? Monster been gone since my child was 4 weeks old. She's finna be 4 months, and the most you've ever sent me is $200. I'm talking about this person, Cashapp receipts. Like, cause what we not finna do is act like on social media we're just the father of the year, knowing good and time well, this baby stay with me. And baby, I can put a picture side by side. Like, this in particular person was saying, oh, well, Monster was saying that he don't know if the baby's his. What? Girl, what? Okay, so yesterday, I really did have a lot going on. I wasn't able to finish my story times. In the mornings is when I have time, like, for myself. So during the day, I was, like, super busy. But as you can see, I'm in the same attire because I'm just waking up again. So we back at it. And I saw this comment and it said, is my man leave for days before coming back? I already know it's someone else. This is the first time. He had done a lot. I'm sorry, but this story not crazy, very typical. No, I didn't even get into the part that was actually crazy. I didn't even finish. I don't even remember where I left off, but let me just refresh our memory. Okay, so I met this dude in 2021. Boom. He was not shit. So I stopped talking to him. My sister passed 2.5 years later. We started back talking. I ended up getting pregnant. Everything was good. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, he completely changed. And I did not know why. We had our child. 4 months after having our child, I found out that he had been in a relationship for about 4 or 5 months with this particular person that was in the story prior to. But baby, let me tell you, one thing about them tables, they do turn. I'm about to insert a screenshot, and then I'm gonna explain it in the next clip.
It says your baby daddy lied about a job opportunity in another state and left you with y'all then for your 4-week-old child, just to find out 3 months later he'd been in a 4-month relationship with his mistress while living his double life 1,000 miles away. Because he got consistent, I think, when he left. What?
But the part I don't understand is how in the hell were they able to stay on the phone like as much as they did at the times that they did? Like, did you sleep with your phone and your sock on mute? Like, did you sleep with your phone on the ceiling? Like, there was no way he was able to FaceTime consistently, call somebody, talk to somebody on the phone, and being like right beside me at the time that it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no way. Ooh, light bulb just went off in my head. My baby had caught it really, really bad, and he just complained that the crying was just like unbearable. From the time he told me he was getting on the road, them 2 weeks before, he stayed on the couch until he left. And I want y'all to like follow along because it's confusing. We have me, we have the monster, we have friend 1, we have girl 1, and we have guy 1. Just so we're still on the same page, because one thing about it, God don't play about me. So I might have knew nothing then, but everything revealed itself over time. But follow along with me. So let me just say, Monster tried to play me with girl 1. But he ended up getting played because girl 1 was only playing with him, getting her lit back from when he played her in 2021 when I wasn't dealing with him. Supposedly he was cheating on her, stealing from her, doing all this other stuff. So, and she was basically taking care of him, pretty much doing the same thing. And yeah, he pretty much did the same thing. So she was playing him whole time he playing me. But he didn't find out that he was getting played until I found out that I was getting played. And Monster felt like this is a scheme that we had going on or something, because the way that it all came out or something, I have no idea. Whole time I knew nothing. He thought me and girl one was playing him. Whole time he was trying to play me and girl one, but he ended up playing himself. But ultimately, Monster ended up losing in the end. Not only did he lose me and girl one, he lost his family in the process. He lost money. He was cashing out, trying to buy plane tickets so he can live this double life. And another thing, he lost his mojo, because ain't no way in the hell you supposed to get caught up. So baby, you ain't even got game for real. You move very, very sloppy, baby. Y'all better be careful how y'all do people, because that shit will come back on you quick. And let me just say, as a woman, to any man out there creeping around, y'all woman might not find out that day, that next week, probably not even that next month. But one thing about it, the truth always reveals itself. That's what I always say. I live by that. I would die by that. The truth always reveals itself. Because this has been ongoing for months. I knew nothing. Regardless of Monster saying that we were trying to set him up and all sorts of stuff, trying to flip the situation in his narcissistic way. No, I knew nothing.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to everybody who pulls up to the live reactions, man. We keep it lit, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links below. We got HiveMindLabs.com. You can unbig that back, man. Merch is coming soon in the links below. So let's get into this, man. All right. So here we are talking about black men cheating again. I just wore a shirt about black men don't cheat, and that shirt always sends a bunch of mixed feelings. It's because, one, women always getting cheated on. Two, black men, we feel in regards that we need to push each other up and lead each other to a better, lifestyle where there's no cheating involved. And three, most men claim to not have a high sex drive until they got a new woman. Once you get a new woman, then your sex drive come back. That's just the way it is. But so a woman be like, well, how you sleeping with all these women and you never sleep with me? I mean, because it ain't you every night. It's a different warm pocket every night to dip in. So that's why polyamorous works, because you're not dealing with the same emotion every night. You get a different one. You get a different moan. You get a different hug. You get a different throat, coochie pocket, all that. All that. And it works for the man. Apparently, in some instances, it works for a woman. But when you do this without telling the other person, basically lying and cheating, then that is when it becomes dangerous. Okay, it becomes dangerous. You shouldn't be doing it, and that's where a lot of feelings and hurt gets put involved, and you can lose your family. Why lose your family over cheating, man? Like, as a young person, I understand, cause everybody be like, "Well, PJ, you did it, yeah," but who wants to keep doing that? Like, who wants the stress of cheating nowadays? If you could just find you a good woman and be good to her. But you know what? One thing is, I'm going to tell you what. You know what's not going to keep your man? You not being a good woman. Because he might not be a good man, but you not going to cheat on him. If you not being a good woman, he gonna cheat on you. Even if you are being a good woman, he's still gonna cheat on you. Now, he might not cheat on you, but I have yet to find a man that was dating a a bad woman and didn't cheat on her. You know, and that's why women actually know that they doing wrong. They not treating their man good. You know how y'all know? Because then y'all be like, oh, my intuition say that he cheating, so I gotta go through his phone. Nah, you just bored because you ain't doing nothing. You should be doing something that satisfies me, you know. Maybe clean up and your intuition won't be saying nothing about me cheating. Maybe your intuition will tell you a recipe, a KFC recipe, okay? One thing I like to do to stop my idle mind from cheating is I like to work. I'll work on my food truck, I work on my YouTube, I go to work on my job. Those keep me idle from cheating. I don't have time to communicate with people. I don't have time to put up with stuff. And I just see, because right now, you boys, I ain't cutting everything off. Because it's not, I just don't have the time to communicate every day. I don't have time to fall in love with somebody. And then when you cheating, you gotta have all the time in the world. Imagine when you cheating, and just like she said, a light bulb went off in her head. He didn't have time to cheat. Like, we was on the phone, all this and that. And then she was like, when did he have the time to cheat? You know, because my baby would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was like, wait a minute. He would go to the couch every morning, be in there cheating. So what you got to do is, if you don't want your man to cheat, keep him busy. But don't be like, hey, I need you to watch the kids, or I mean, you could take the kids somewhere or do something. Make it less obvious that you're trying to keep his ass from cheating. Like, I'm trying to make you a good man without cheating. I need you to stay busy. The more busy you are, the less you're gonna do the cheating. But y'all don't want it. Y'all be thinking about it. Y'all be like, PJ, you don't know this. Yes, I do. I'm a licensed clinical cheatologist. I learned this in the, I've been cheating, what is it, about 24 years. You know what I'm saying? Since I was 15, 16. 25 years now, 25 years. Maybe 26. Cheating. So I think I have enough awareness and situational awareness to let you know when your man is cheating. Now, I can't tell you when your woman is cheating. If she breathing, she cheating. Okay. These women, they look in your girl DM if you want to. That man that bent her over and gave her that big horse. Oh, he still hit her up. He still hit her up. And they still talk about it. But they can't do nothing because he got a woman. And once he break up with his woman, he gonna break off into yours. Women cheat. Yeah, they cheat. And they be cheating emotionally. They be attached. Oh, that first love? You think that first love, man, she fell in love with this dude back in 6th grade. Boy, every time he slide her DMs, she telling him how beautiful he is, how nice his family looks. It could have been us, all that crap. Could you imagine us having our kids? That would have been so nice. You know, telling y'all, yeah, I don't know. But I can't tell y'all when she gonna do it. I just know they do it. And I know how I know they do it because I've seen them do it. Like, this girl, I'm her first love. Imagine that. PJ, you wasn't nobody's first love. Yes, the hell I was. I wasn't always a dirtbag. But I know she was in a long-term relationship. And I always harden my videos. PJ, you still funny. Yeah, girl. You lucky you married. Cause I'll make you laugh out right out the panties. She deleted that whole thread, but kept on going. Man, y'all better stop playing with me, y'all. Told you, honey mama, if they breathing, they cheating. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in its